Hello and welcome back to the Advent Weaving series. So this is video number 2, and today, as promised, we're going to do twining stitch. So for this stitch we're going to use the bottom row of what we did yesterday, and I'm just going to loosen it a bit from the rest. There we go, just so we have a bit more space to work in. And then I'm going to take the tail, not the bit that we wound onto our shuttle, but the tail that we left here yesterday, and thread that onto a wool needle. If you order a weaving kit from me, you will receive this pack of 6 different needles with it, of which one will be a wool needle, but basically any other wool needle will do. And a really handy trick for this one is to fold the yarn over, hold it tight, and pull the eye of the needle through before you thread the yarn. Just kind of folds the yarn, makes it easier to thread through even though it's bulky. Right, so with twining stitch we are going to go over under much like plain weave, except that as we do so we're going to move above and below the previous row of plain weave, and that's what's going to kind of intertwine the 2 rows. So it's going to intertwine this and our next row together, which is probably why it's called twining, and that's what's going to make it more rigid and harder to move, which is exactly what we want out of the first row of our weaving, because we don't want it to be able to slide up and down too much. Right, so we're going to go on this row we went over that first warp thread, so now we want to go under it. So we're just going to come through here as we usually would, but on the next one, instead of going over that second warp thread and under the next one, we are going to go over it on the other side of that one and pull it through like so. And then we're going to come back out between the next 2 warp threads here, back on the kind of front side, or the side that's facing you, as we go under both the weft and the warp thread. So again, when we go over the warp thread, you can see here the warp thread is exposed, so we're kind of concealing that by going from below the previous row to above it and pull that through. And then when we come back out through the next gap, and this time below the previous row. Okay, so when we go in above, and then in the next gap we come back out below and above and below. And when you're a bit of the way along, it's worth just tightening that a little bit, and you can see that's nice and even there now. If the tension weren't even, you would be able to see some that are kind of sticking out. In fact, I'm going to tighten it just that little bit because the end there. There we go. Now we go back to, you can see we just came out below, so next we go above and conceal that warp thread there, and then come out of the next gap below that row. And then a faster way of doing that is to kind of go in and out in one go like this. In, out, in, out, in, out, and in that last one. Okay, and tighten it a little bit again. There we go, and you can see how that has made a nice rigid one that is harder to shift than the previous rows of plain weave. We're going to do that once more. So as I just went through here, I essentially went under that row, so I'm going to go above it now, and I'm going to do a simple row of plain weave first. and there we go. And then this time we're going to go under here again, and so we've come underneath, we've come under that first warp thread, so we're going over the next one and switching because we came out below that plain weave here. We're going to go above it there and then below it there. So we're doing exactly the same thing as we did on the previous row. And give that a little pull, not too much, and there we go. And I think 2 rows of twining will be enough. There you go, that looks nice and neat, and we've still got a tail long enough to weave in at the very end. Oh, I'm worried. Yeah. Okay, I think that looks fine. I was a bit worried that that bit was too firm, but I think we're perfect. Yeah. Great, and so we can just take that off the needle and kind of leave it there to weave in at the very end. And there you go, we've got 2 rows of twining stitch. That will help secure our weave. And now that we've got those, I'm going to push the rest down until I meet this bar on here. If you don't have a bar like this on your loom, weave in a piece of card, at the bottom to kind of push down onto. And there you go, we're ready to continue. Here above, I think tomorrow we are going to do some stripes and some wedges. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye.